Okay, so I was going to make a TikTok about this, but clearly I am not in the right headspace to even make a TikTok because I keep stumbling over my words, and I just want to talk about how I've been feeling today and why I feel this way. So today I got back from the RISE program, the place I go for to help the place that helps kids with disabilities get jobs and stuff. And I'm really like overstimulated and stuff, almost close to having a sensory overload meltdown or autistic meltdown because I've just been feeling really bad after leaving today. And it's because like so so I can tell you why. If so I was minding my own business. I was actually chilling, eating my snack, and the two teachers called me over there, and they're telling me about my suitcase, my Hello Kitty suitcase that I got from the thrift store. I've been using it instead of using a backpack because I thought it would be more efficient and more quick. And they're talking about it. They're like, why do you have a suitcase? And I'm like, oh, it's for my personal items. It's like, it's for my personal items and stuff, right? I think at first, well, before that, I think they're like, do you, cause you know, at first they were just asking me, do I bring the stuff that I need for the practicing jobs and stuff, and I'm like, I didn't know how to respond to that because I didn't know that, like, I didn't know they were going to just start asking me so many questions and stuff. But they start asking me all these questions, and at first I'm like, oh, like I'm really trying to answer them, but they're far away. So I walk up to them, and they start telling me telling me my suitcase is in the way. I'm like, oh, okay. Like, they could have just left it. You could have just told me your suitcase is in the way, and can you bring your backpack instead, or something like that. But instead of that, they start asking me questions like, what's in it that you need? And I started telling them, like, it's stuff for work and leisure. They're like I said, my notebooks and stuff to draw with. And they start telling me that, well, one of them say, yesterday I saw you with it and you didn't pull anything out of it. I'm like, I did. I just didn't get to use it before the evacuation drill started. And she's like, oh, okay. So they're telling me and they're asking me all this stuff about my suitcase, and I'm telling them that I use it for when we have nothing to do, like rec and leisure. And they start to tell me that, okay, maybe, like, if, they're telling me that if it can't hang up on the hooks or it can't go into a cubby, I can't bring it. Well, I was never told that before. I was never sent an email about that before. I was never told anything like that. I was never told anything like that before. So I was confused that I'm now being told this now when it hasn't been really, I didn't think that it would be bothering anyone. And plus, I've been using my suitcase because my backpacks have been recently, my backpacks have been, my old backpack that I've been having since 4th grade recently stopped. The zipper recently broke, so I've been using a suitcase as more, so I can actually carry my stuff easily. But anyways, besides that, they're telling me and asking me about all this stuff. I tell them that I need it because because it helps me when I need something. It helps me when I need something to do, and there's record leisure time and all kinds of stuff like that, right? And they start suggesting other things for me, and I tell them that I'm good. Because, I could have just told them that I was good. I have my own things. I don't need anything else. And, but because, they started pointing out. Because, I've been having this problem with these adults. Adults telling me how many bags I've been carrying and stuff. But they don't say this to the other kids. They only talk to me about it. And no, this is not a race thing or anything, but it really bothers me. Because it makes me really overstimulated. And I have a paper that tells people why I have this stuff and why I need it. And I don't think they it just feels like they don't care. it just feels like they really do not care. But anyways, besides that, they were telling me that you could if you want, we can give you some paper or something here, or you could just bring something small, and you could just use bring something small with you that you can fit in your purse and stuff, because you have your purse, your lunchbox, and this, and then you have and they start pointing out the stuff I have, and I really don't like when people do that because it makes me really uncomfortable. And so they talk about I have my Liam plush because he has my fidgets, right? And they're like, oh, what was this guy's name again? Pickle? And I'm like, no, his name is Liam. And so, they start saying, hey, well, one of them was saying, hey, Liam, tell your friend that she needs to pack less. And, I don't like when people misgender me, using she, her pronouns instead of they, them. But, I don't think everybody is, not everybody's going to remember that, and I have to constantly remind people. But anyways, besides that, they were telling me about the stuff, and they were telling me, I was constantly trying to tell them why I need the stuff. I was going to tell them that, I've had a whole monologue about this in my room. I said, I'm autistic, ma'am. I need some of this stuff brings it's very comfortable for me, and I can't handle change, right? And she's like, no, I think you can handle change, because when we started telling you to wear more formal wear for when we go to the job sites, you were like that. You started doing that. And I was like, and that kind of made me really upset, because I've had a lot of people say that. But when I mentioned it, just like, oh yeah, but she's like, girl, look. So she's pointing at everybody else, because, I mentioned I have autism. And she's like, and the teacher's like, and one of the other teachers was like, well, I have ADHD. And this is where it starts to get overwhelming, because now they're telling me you're not listening to us, and you're trying to talk over us, and that's a thing I have a problem with as a person who has autism. I tend to cut off people, not intentionally, but when I'm trying to speak about something, it's really hard when people cut me off, and I accidentally cut them off, and it gets really confusing. Another thing that they were doing, it was really bothering me, is that when I was trying to speak, they were like, they kept saying, oh, we love you, and that really made me really overstimulated. My head started to hurt, and I was on the verge of tears. I had to hold back my tears, and because I was not feeling great, and they were pressuring me. It felt like they weren't pressuring me, but it felt like I was under pressure when they were telling me all this stuff. I can't handle two people talking to me at once. I tell them I can't handle change because some autistic people can't handle change. Despite, it doesn't matter that they're like, I can believe you can change, and we're just trying to help you. Well, the way you're trying to help me isn't helping me. You're trying to get me to change certain things that I do. And I get that you could have just told me I could use my backpack instead. I would have just used my backpack instead. But I didn't at the end of the conversation. We didn't even end the conversation on a good note. I didn't, because everybody, the buses started coming up, so we had to leave. Started getting ready to leave, and it was really, I just felt really upset by the end of it. All this stuff that I use and stuff, it's to help me feel more comfortable when I go to the job site. So when I get back from them, when we have time off, I can use this. I think, what I have to say, RISE program, I really don't like how you're handling things. I mean, I don't, I'm trying to tell you guys how I feel about some things and how I do things. And, you guys are trying to recommend me stuff that you guys have. No, I do not want to use your pencils. I don't want to use your papers. I really don't want to use them. Unless, yeah, of course when I get to a job, I'm not going to bring all the stuff with me. But this is not, but I get that we're practicing for a job. But you really shouldn't be telling me all this stuff. No, telling it, it just feels, I wish you guys could have at least just told me to leave, to use something that I can hang on the hooks. And I'm like, okay, perfectly fine, I can do that. But you guys just kept the staff there, the two teachers there just kept, insisting that I try something new. I've done that before. I have multiple new notebooks and stuff. I use different things. I can do that, but I like it when it's my stuff. I don't like using other people's stuff. Not very often. And even if I do, I always ask permission before using it. But it's not. But in this case, I really am good with the stuff I have. Like, I don't, like, I know you guys say you're not trying to change me, but, like, I really, like, you guys, because you think I can handle change, but I can't. As an autistic person, I can't. And it's really annoying that you guys are just, like, it's, like, I don't know why you guys don't tell all the other kids this about them bringing their purses or something. But, like, when it comes to me, I'm not even bringing all my stuff with me. Like, I don't bring it on the bus with me. Even if I do, I don't bring my suitcase on the bus. I have my small purse, my Liam plush, and my water bottle. But you guys keep saying, oh, she's bringing like a zillion things, this many things. I'm like, it's really annoying because, like, how come you can say this to me, but it's not, I didn't think it was bothering anybody, because I was comfortable bringing my stuff because I didn't think anybody would bother with it. But I never knew somebody, it's mostly the adults. Why is it always, like, I've had this happen at school, why is it always people that are worried about me and stuff and trying to get me to change the things I do because they think that it's affecting how I work and stuff? It's not affecting anything. I'm still totally fine. I can just work just fine everything without my stuff. But you don't have to like start making recommendations because I really am fine. I don't feel like taking them because you can't force me to take them. I really don't. I know you guys said I don't have to do it right away, but, like, now I'm at home, I know that you're, like, thinking that I'm probably overreacting to this, but I'm at my house almost about to have a sensory overload because I can't even talk about this topic with showing my face on camera because I was constantly I didn't even know if I would get some of the details right because it was so overwhelming to hear that stuff because, like, I have a paper that says, please don't ask about what I carry, please, like, can you please, like, this stuff is just for the personal stuff that I use as an accommodation. And I just feel like that was completely thrown out the window, completely ignored. Even if I mentioned it, it's like they weren't listening, and they said I wasn't listening to them. But I wasn't trying not to listen to them. I was just trying to explain to them why I do certain things, but I guess they just thought I was cutting them off and wasn't letting them speak. I could have just stayed quiet and just let them speak, say those things to me, but I was not defending, but telling them exactly why I do some of this stuff. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm really overly emotional right now. I'm having a really hard time talking about this because I've seen other stuff then there's another thing I need to mention. One day at Rise, one of the teachers, there was a friend of mine we went to the same school together. We both graduated. He's autistic, right? One of the teachers started, like, joking about him being in trouble. Why would you do that? You know he doesn't understand that he's not in trouble or not, because some autistic people don't understand some social cues and stuff. And you see him crying, and you guys are like, oh, poor name here. I'm not gonna put his name here. And, like, you guys are laughing about it and stuff, and he's crying. He was crying, and you guys are like, I don't know if you guys actually cared or not, or you guys like playing jokes on people, but that's not cool. It's really not. And also, I really, like, it's just really weird to me. Another thing, you guys, I really don't like being touched. That's one thing. Another thing, I really do not like being touched. And when you guys, like, I don't like when people get in my personal space and stuff and try to touch me or get me to shake their hand. I get it. We need to practice a handshake. But I don't like really touching other people. And I know they're going to probably say something like, how are you going to get by anything if you're too anxious to start anything new? You need to start thinking more positive. You need to smile. How are you gonna work with other people if that's all you think about? Because I'm autistic, man. I'm autistic. I'm tired of, like, as an autistic person, there's certain things I can and cannot do. And I don't think you understand that, because you're gonna start, because don't say that, because, because if I wanted to say something to you, and I'm trying to tell you, you guys want us to tell you if there's something that you can do, and if I was trying to voice how I felt about what they were saying to me. Sorry. Like, cause and besides all that other stuff, what I was trying to say is that how are you, like, why, I don't know why you guys, like, gosh, sorry, this is just really hard for me. I'm all over the place. I can't even keep one coherent thought because I'm literally shaking as I'm making this recording right now. Anyways, maybe I'll make a better video about what happened when I'm in a better mindset, because I'm literally close to having a meltdown. Autistic meltdown right now. I can't think properly. I'm literally crying right now. I'm gonna go. I'm not feeling the best. I'll talk to you guys later. Maybe if I'm feeling better, but right now I'm kind of overly emotional, so I'll talk to you guys later. Anyways, I'm gonna hit the recording now. Bye, guys.